This is the plaintiff, Scott Goldstein. He says he and the defendant were in a band together, and the guy also rented his condo down by the beach. Once the defendant quit the band, however, he stopped paying rent. He also stole stuff from him when he moved out, ruined the paint job in his condo, and owes him for the unpaid utilities. He's suing for $2,135, the amount owed. This is the defendant, Michael. He says once he quit the band, the plaintiff demanded $5,400 from him for first and last month's rent. He told him he'd gladly pay if he drew up a lease they could both sign, but the plaintiff refused because it was an illegal sublet. After that, he moved out. The plaintiff stole his equipment, told him to eat doo-doo, and here they are. He's accused of letting the music die. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,035.08 for his stolen band equipment.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, these litigants were in a band together. The defendant rented the plaintiff's condo, didn't pay rent, and stole stuff. But the defendant says the condo was illegal. It's the case of band member on the run.
Scott Goldstein, you are suing Michael. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name for $2,135 in rent and various charges about the way he left the apartment without paying. You have a counterclaim against him for $3,035.08 for numerous pieces of electrical equipment that he is holding hostage because you won't pay him the rent. Okay, what's going on?
The defendant, I was in a rock band, and the defendant came in as a singer to the band.
Okay.
And through conversation, I was talking about how I had an apartment that was available.
All right, this is where?
In Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And he was interested in renting the place for $1,350 a month. And we agreed, and he had paid me in advance, and as well as he moved in. He was supposed to move in March of 2012. He asked me, can I move in a little bit early? I said, you can. So he started moving stuff in February, and he started paying me a little bit of sums, a little bit.
Okay.
So he had said he was out of work. So if he needs some help can I pay you a little money here, a little money there, and once I get my job, I'll be able to pay you the first of the month every month. So I was a little nervous, but I agreed to do it, figuring he had money he was ready to give me. Plus, we're in the band, we collect money, and he said I could take the money from his share of the money from whatever we received. So
how'd that work out for you?
At first, it was okay.
Okay.
He was paying at first.
At first is March.
In March.
Then April?
In April, I had to start chasing after him for money. I had to start, hey, defendant, I need some money. I'm having problems with work. I'm not getting my checks on time. Okay, I need to get the money. And then by the time May came around, we were starting to fall behind.
According to you, he owes you May. He's paid up for April, right?
That's correct.
And he owes you the entire month of May.
That's correct.
All right. What happened in April? Did the band break up, or he?
He left the band in April.
He left the band.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He texted me after a show, and he said, it's not working out, and I'm going to leave the band.
Texted you?
I have all the texts.
What are you, 5? You're going to break up with your band and you don't do it face to face?
We actually did that night. I before the show was over, I said, this is the last time. And then I had a conversation with him the next day and said, look, the band is one thing. I'm renting this. We had an agreement for $1,350 a month. That's one thing. And
did
this
you
is
pay
another
May rent?
thing. I did. I didn't pay him May rent.
Okay.
I sent him a text after the middle of April. Well, he wouldn't contact me. So I told him, I said in April, he decided he wanted first month's, last month's, and equal deposit, which was not the deal.
Once you were no longer in the band?
Exactly.
Okay. You decide that you can't do that?
It's coming.
You move out when?
It's coming the 1st of May. This is in April. I started sending him a text. I said, what was with the band is different. If you want me to stay here and you want the 3 months deposits, I would love to stay here. And I have text that his lawyer sent to me. I said, if we're going to do this, I need a lease. Not only does it protect you, but it protects me. And he told me, he said, I can't do that because I will lose my homestead tax exemption.
Do you take homestead on the place you rent?
No, that's not true.
Do you have that in a text?
I sure do.
Fork it over.
Yes, and this is another one here after the 24th.
Yeah, I want it in the phone, actually.
Let me find. I don't have it in the phone. Actually,
What do you have it in?
these are texts that when he decided he
Yeah,
wanted to
what form do you have it in so I know if it's trustworthy? I don't know what you're...
It's from his lawyer that sent me, and his lawyer sent me all the texts.
His
so,
lawyer? Wait a minute.
Yeah, his lawyer
No,
sent
there's no
this
way.
to me.
Let me see. Let me see. While he's looking for that, are you holding his equipment hostage?
Absolutely not. He can come pick up his equipment.
Oh, well, that's settled. How come he hasn't been able to pick up his equipment up to now?
There's been conversations.
Because I see
back
in
and
your
forth.
complaint where you say, I told him he could get his equipment when he paid me my rent. So
Yes.
that is what we call hostage.
That's true. And in the beginning, it was like, but before I had text messages as well between him and even my phone as well.
Right. You
where-
can't hold his equipment hostage.
Okay.
Have you figured that out so
I was
far?
advised afterwards, and
Okay, and
And
your
he-
lawyer told you, what are you nuts? You can't do that. That's called theft. All right, so now my question to you is, how are you going to get that equipment?
I don't know.
Are you two civil with each other?
I haven't talked to him till today. This has been
Can
2
you be
years ago.
civil with each other? Or if who's that nice man right there?
This is my friend Mark. He was actually in the band.
Mark is going to help us out, and you're going to make arrangements afterwards with Officer McIntosh so we can figure out how to get that stuff back, right? All right. All right, so that takes care of the counterclaim. Let's talk about May rent. You agree that, when did you leave? And why did you leave?
I left because
Did he give you anything for me to
did
look?
not.
Oh, what happened after all
I can't
that?
find that in there where he made that
Okay, hand it
statement.
over. I'll look while you're talking. All right, so when did you leave and why did you leave?
I left on May the 19th. I mean, it was May 9th. And the only reason I left was because he wanted all the deposits with no lease. And I told him I couldn't do that without a
Okay,
lease.
why do you have his TV in storage?
There's a text in there when I left the property, I broke the connector off, and there's even a statement in there telling him that I had it, and I sent it to the repair shop. When can I bring you your TV? That I did take it, and I.
Oh, no,
put it in
really?
a-
Because that's what I'm reading is we can exchange what you took. That's what I'm reading, because both of you are like overly testosterone than nobody. All right, you can't keep his TV either. So where's the where's the TV now?
I have the TV.
Okay, good, because you're going to be returning it to
Okay.
him. So you win on that.
Your
Now,
Honor.
let's go through things that are just silly. Comforter for the bed.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Just a moment,
Hold on
sir.
one second.
Comforter for the bed.
I don't use other people's
Well, he has a
laundry.
text where you say that you used the comforter to wrap the TV or some such nonsense, right?
He had some sheets
Yes.
there.
I used the comforter to transport TV. That's what you said, not some sheets there. I used the comforter to transport TV. Do you have the comforter?
I have some sheets. I don't have a comforter. But I'm more than likely to buy him a comforter if he needs one now.
Well, I don't know. I just, whatever you use to transport the TV, return it to him. All right. You're suing for cleaning and repainting the walls. All right. Prove to me that you are entitled to $200 in cleaning and $200 for repainting the walls.
well, I don't have after he painted. I have the before pictures, but he had painted. I had cans of paint in the apartment, and he had taken the cans of paint, and I had a scheme where two separate colors, very close, but they're two different colors. And he changed it, and I had to go back and put it how it originally was.
I just need you to prove what you're saying. So show me what he did wrong and
I didn't take pictures after I painted it.
what's the deal with the paint?
When I moved in the apartment, the apartment was leaking from the roof from the apartment above, so that was all kind of leaking and stuff. So they were doing work in there, and he did have some paint that he was going to paint the building.
Did you have permission to paint?
Yes, I do. And there's a text where we.
But what did he do? According to you, he just used the wrong paint?
He did not have permission to paint.
There's a text in there where you'll see where we're talking
Find
about
it.
the paint. It's in. You have it in there. And it talks about where I was like, I'm painting the building. It's looking good. I just had the tiles, the grout finished and stuff.
Did you have him do tile work?
No, I had the tile cleaned, and I had the there was a part in here where the
Show me any text between the two of you regarding paint.
Okay, let me find it.
While you're looking for that, may I ask you a question, Mr. Goldstein?
Yeah.
What happened in the band that caused him to want to leave, or did you guys force him out, or what?
No, there was leading up to it. There was an attitude going on where he showed up to a gig late and gets on stage and starts behaving strangely. At other practices, didn't want to do certain songs or didn't want to cooperate properly. And we were at a show, and he and I had an argument on stage about a particular song. And he said that, this is it. And then after the show, I got the text message, I'm out of the band. But at that point, Mark and the drummer in the band, we kind of had figured that something was going on.
Oh, who's Mark?
This is Mark.
Oh.
And that's...
But
Are you friends with Mark?
Yeah.
Were you surprised to see him on that side of the table?
Yeah, I didn't know he was coming.
So is it smart for band members to make long-term deals with each other?
I'm gonna have to say no. Like, from my past experience with my friend Justin Bieber, he is like a diva on his own, so I can only imagine if he had a band behind him.
Your friend Justin Bieber, if it's true, we'll talk.
Yeah, we hang out. It's like a thing. I'm also gonna bring you up next time and be like, my boy.
Wait. You're not really being serious. I
No.
didn't think so. Okay. What do you think? Band members make long-term deals?
I don't think so.
I think that's probably a bad idea, going inside the courtroom.
So, and you were here as moral support or a witness?
As a witness.
What are you a witness to?
You gotta come up to the
Stand
mic
up,
and
please,
talk.
and but
To the mic, please. Thank you.
More moral support, but he asked me to comment on anything pertaining to the PA system.
oh, go ahead, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. All right. So there's a text from him to you. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I have been finishing painting. Looks good, but the reason for text is there's another seam coming undone in the carpet. I can do the hardwood floors just as cheap as the carpet. None of the replacing of damage that happens with carpet. Just a thought. And you don't say, wait, you have no permission to paint.
At that point, what was I going to do?
I don't know. One thing you could do is because this makes it sound like this is something that you knew about and that there's no problem with. So if you'd had a problem with it, one thing you could do is say that you had a problem with it.
He never asked my permission. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
But the way he says it kind of implies that you've talked about it before.
Your Honor,
Did he do it wrong, or are you just the colors?
Yeah, it's the colors. But I do have texts from him where I tell him I need to get in there and I need to paint the walls. And we even talk about the equipment, all the painting equipment, how I need to get in there. And he's, I'm really sorry, I'm working late nights and you can't come in the morning. And we tried to make arrangements, and finally he just painted it on his own. But like I said, he painted it different than how I wanted it painted without my permission.
And what did you do to correct it that you want to charge $200 for?
I went and I painted it back to the way it originally was.
What was paint doing there if you didn't want the thing painted?
I had it in a closet in storage. In the back closet I had it.
Okay, I'm not buying that. All right, the cleaning. Do you have pictures of the filth that he left behind that would justify?
No, I didn't take pictures of it. I just
that you're never as a landlord ever going to get $200 in cleaning unless you can prove that he left the place dirty. Did you leave the place dirty?
No, Your Honor.
That's because that side will always say that, and
Yeah.
then the onus is on you to show the filth, which is super easy. You have a telephone?
I do.
You do? What, like one of those little,
Smart ones?
wireless ones that
It's
that
not
actually
smart.
take pictures and stuff? Okay, they're not just for naughty pictures. They're also for evidence. You have a car accident, snap it. You see filth that costs you $200 to clean, snap it. All right. The electric bill, I need that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was supposed to bring the electric bill.
I mean, do you think I'm like really demanding? Because my needs are so simple. I'm not like a very I just want you to prove the things that you are suing for. You can't just say I have no evidence on each thing I ask you for. All right. Do you agree that you owe $15 balance on an electric bill in April?
No, ma'am.
Okay. That's gone. But you do agree that you never paid May rent, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You owe $1,350. You owe him that TV that you need to return.
I was not there the whole
What I didn't
month.
understand, I don't care, because you're supposed to give 30 days notice. So you live day one. Listen, this is the law. You live day one, you live the month. Because he can't get a renter the next day after you left. I'm not going to prorate May unless that was an agreement you had, which you clearly had no agreements. Now, let's discuss the TV. What did you say was the reason you took the TV to a repair shop?
The connector where the cable goes into it broke off. So
Did you get that fixed?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
So you're going to return the TV, return the bedding, and on your counterclaim for all of the equipment, he is going to return it to you. I do not want either of you to leave this courthouse until you arrange with Officer McIntosh for the big transfer. Okay? Good luck to everybody. Are you singing in another band?
Yes.
And did you get another singer?
I did.
Okay, everybody's
Can I
happy.
ask one question?
Yeah.
What do I do if I get there and all the equipment is not there that I
You
need?
have another lawsuit in front of a different judge on another day.
Okay.
But I can't possibly pass on that now because that hasn't happened yet. You understand? It's not right. Okay, good luck, folks. Which is, of course, the same for you with the TV and the comforter.
Well, the singer's out first. The defendant in this case, you're going to go pick up your stuff.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to return the
This
TV.
TV, yeah.
Okay. So you satisfied with how this comes out finally?
I don't really think I owed rent, but if that's the law, I don't
That's the
think
law. Now, what happened on stage that would break up a band, right? Was it in front of an audience?
Well, Mark was even there with me. It was in front of an audience, and he just
Audience is watching?
Yeah,
What happened?
Well, some vulgar stuff, and he's like, "We're going to do
Almost came to
something."
blows,
Yeah,
faces.
he's like,
There might have been a girlfriend rift there. or
No,
something
no.
going on.
This is happening on stage?
Yeah, well,
Really?
the girlfriends were there, and this is kind of
Right.
problems. So.
What are you guys, one of those punk rock bands?
Yeah,
kind of deal?
alternative, yeah. 'cause
That's part of the
alternative.
act?
No, he's a little overboard with it.
All right. Head right down this way. This way. All right, come on in. Are you satisfied how this wound up for you?
I was hoping for a little more, but I'm glad that I'm going to at least get the rent money back.
What kind of a story is he giving us here about what happened on stage?
I don't know. It started. He argued with me. I argued with him.
About what?
It was some silly. One of the people in the audience wanted to hear a song that we've already played, and she said it would be very special to her if she heard the song. So I said, play the song again for her. What's the big deal? No, I'm not going to play it. Let her get on stage and play and let her sing the song. So that's where the argument started.
Is he a big star or something?
I think his head is.
Yeah, okay. Harvey?
Here's the deal. You cannot hold somebody's stuff hostage because they owe you money. The only time you can do that if you have a lien on the property. Otherwise, you can't say because they owe you, you're going to hold their stuff. It's illegal. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.